Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.
So what happens when Corey has a female model who reaches out and says, "Hey, I have this idea."
Hold on, model or client?
What's the difference?
Okay.
Talk to me.
So, model for me, or I think it should be for everyone, is someone inspiring to, whether it be runway, print, or commercial, like someone inspiring to actually be in that industry, like model, like be the model of a brand or a freelance model, someone who's getting paid to get, someone with the goal to get paid to shoot, to be shot, right?
Okay.
Now a client, that could be any woman, man, whoever who just wants to pay for a shoot and doesn't have like the interest of like getting better with posing or networking after the shoot. They just want to take pictures. And I think a lot of times people confuse the two, because girls or women, they like to get you know, dressed up cute, and they might do 3 shoots in a month or whatnot, and they'll call themselves a model, but it's like
maybe it's levels to this.
But even that, like, you could start at aspiring model, right? Like, I would appreciate that more if you said, "Oh, I'm an aspiring model," because you could be at the very bottom or you could be at the top, right? But are you working on your craft? Are you working on your posing? Are you doing the skincare? Are you, I don't know, on YouTube? Are you networking, right? And I think there's a lot of that out here. And I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, but it is frustrating. Like, but what was you saying? My bad.
All right. Well, that's never happened to me on my podcast before. That's so funny. All right, so you just broke down what a client and a model is. Corey, is it possible to be both? Or, let me ask this, because no, I guess I answered my own question. You said a client is somebody who doesn't aspire to be more than just somebody who's paying for their photo shoot. Is that right? So let me ask you this. Is it possible to be neither one of those? Because what if you are somebody who's aspiring to be more than just somebody who pays for a shoot, but you don't do it as consistent as somebody you would consider as a model? Does that make sense?
I think I might be a tad confused, but
break down to me again. So model means somebody who is
model is someone who's aspiring to eventually get paid for their services.
Boom. And a client is somebody who's just paying
for per services.
What if somebody isn't aspiring to be something greater, but they're only, I guess you can only be one or the other. I'm trying to make sense, because originally the question made sense in my head. You're paying for your shoots, but you don't do it consistently enough. But you're aspiring to be more.
You could aspire for your photo shoots to be better.
Okay.
But you're not
trying to network and trying to go big. Well, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So what happens when Corey gets back to this question? What happens when Corey gets approached by a model, more than likely a female model, that says, "Hey, I have this idea, and it just happened to be this nude idea," and you feel like, oh, no disrespect, but you just want to be naked on camera. What happens? Are you approached with many ideas like that? And if you are, what's Corey's approach to that, being that doesn't fall under what you identify as a photographer?
So, answer the first question. I really don't get those type of requests. I think because in that area that we live in, it's so many other photographers who do that, so they'll probably go to them first. Okay. Now, if someone did approach me with that, I would probably dig into more as to, like, you know, is there a meaning behind it, or like, is there like any inspiration photos that you might have seen that kind of can paint more of a picture of like how you want this shot? And if it happens to be something where we talked about earlier, where it looks more of like conceptual based, or maybe the lighting paints the mood of conveying that feeling that we talked about, then I'll be open to do that, right? But at the same time, I'm not going to make that a habit, because that's not how I want to. That's not the art that I necessarily want to put out.
I see.